I want to bring something to your attention today. I haven't made an episode in the last 2 weeks because I haven't been well. So if you have been expecting my episodes, if the million subscribers that I have, if I have upset them, I want to apologize to all of you for not being able to make videos, but I've been sick. I have been really sick and I couldn't make videos. So I am sorry. But here comes a video that I think you guys might enjoy. Coming up.
Being an entrepreneur is a journey with its own set of ups and downs. And this is my journey.
So this city has serious issues, by the way. So one of the biggest issues that we have right now, I mean, look at the pool. Like, we have a pool here. Are you seeing this? You see how dirty that pool is? Yeah, so the biggest issue that we have with this apartment is it's this big an apartment, right? So many flats. I think there are more than 1,000 flats here. But the problem is there is no water. So this entire area, if you're in Bangalore, you would know what I'm saying. This entire area from Sarjapur to Bellandur has no water for any apartments, any offices. And this started about 2 weeks ago. I mean, there's obviously a report which says Bangalore is going to be an unlivable city in the next 5 years. But this year, in 2019, we have severe water crisis. So the only way this water crisis is going to get solved, according to authorities, is when we have rain. And we're sitting in March. There's still April and May. June, July is when the monsoon is going to happen, and June, July is when we probably gonna get some rain, and then with that will come some water. So Bangalore, biggest issue is water. At least in my area. There are areas in Bangalore which have Kaveri supply, and that's not a problem because, you know, Kaveri, it's a river and you get river water. Groundwater is obviously exhausted, so that's that. So wherever you're getting the river water, that's fine. The other issue that we have is this. I mean, are you seeing this? This is like a day. So this car was clean like yesterday, and boy, it's this much dust in a day. So if you ask me, what's the problem number 2? It's dust. So much dust. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the fact that as entrepreneurs you get rejected a lot, right? So from be it from your end clients or be it from your potential investors, you get rejected a lot. And being an entrepreneur, you start getting used to the fact that you can get rejected. So out of 100 people that you talk to, you could get rejected by all of them. Out of 1,000 people that you talk to, you could get rejected by all of them. So rejection becomes a very integral part of being an entrepreneur. Yet, so many of you, so many of us when we introduce ourselves, like in a meeting, I literally implore you, the next time you meet another entrepreneur, instead of asking him or her how much funding you've raised, instead of asking that the most important question that seems to be the measure of success of an entrepreneur, I implore you to go out there, out on a limb, and just go and ask them how many times you've actually failed. How many failures do you have in your kitty? I'll tell you what it actually does. Failure is not something that you need to be sad about, you know. Failure is not something that you have to be ashamed of when you're talking to someone. Failure is in fact something, it's the most important thing that makes an entrepreneur sturdy and gives him or her the patience to execute on their own idea. That's what differentiates an entrepreneur from someone working in a company. An entrepreneur has the balls to leave everything that he or she has and then go out and execute on an idea that they believe in, an idea that they believe can actually bring about a change in the world or in few people. And when you do that, there will be rejections, because people don't want to change really. And if you want to bring change in the universe, you want to put a dent in the universe, you want to impact the universe in a certain way, and you want to change them, there will be resistance and there will be rejection. So as an entrepreneur, please get rejected. Please. And if you're someone starting out right now, I implore you to just go out there, do things, think of the most stupid ways to go and ask your client out to try your product or service, and then get rejected. And getting rejected is absolutely fine. In fact, getting rejected is your monies. It's not the funding that you've raised. I mean, given the current scenario, funding can happen, right? Investment can happen. There are people with money, with willingness to invest in your company. There are people who really want to invest in some company and they want to see their money multiply. There are people like that. But those aren't the people who have actually created the company. As an entrepreneur, I have created the company, right? So I know what it takes to build a company. I know what it takes to fall down. I know what it takes to play with the dirt. This vlog is just getting more motivational and sentimental. I have no idea why. All of this obviously so these two reasons that I just mentioned about Bangalore would probably be second and third. So just move them from 1 and 2, put them to 2 and 3, and let's promote something which is more critical about Bangalore, like the most dangerous, disastrous problem that Bangalore has, and that is traffic. I mean, literally, if you just go on to Google and start typing Bangalore, Google or your phone should literally autocorrect itself to traffic. Like, Bangalore is just equal to traffic. I'm not even exaggerating. The point here is only, I think this city is where I take 5 kilometer to 7 kilometer stretch takes about an hour on a regular day, and it's normal for you to see cars and bikes just standing on the road when it's not even a red light. People are just standing on the road with their engines turned off because there is no point. I mean, people are not that stupid, but then there is actually no point in being on the road and having your engine on. So they switch off their engine, but they leave their battery on, just so that they can honk. So they would just stand at the signal and they would know that there is probably some sort of congestion, and some sort of congestion is usually just too many people on the road and everybody wanting to go to work and nobody actually ending up being at work on time. That's pretty much what everybody's logic is. But what they're thinking is they want to go to work and they want to get to office on time, which they never. But they're thinking that, and then they start honking. They turn off their engine, their battery is on, and they start honking. Right? I don't get the logic of it, because if you're standing at a congestion and you know there are 10 cars ahead of you, what is the point of honking? Like the car right in front of you, the guy right in front of you cannot do anything really about it. In fact, the guy the guy driving the car 5 cars ahead of you can also not do anything about it. So there's just no point honking. But this guy decides to honk, and then everybody around him gets inspired, and the mass psychology starts to play out, and everybody starts to honk, and the whole the congested road becomes a musical all of a sudden. And we have just horns of different type. There's double horns, there is horns of different pitches, and it's just an opera house, man. All of a sudden it's just so many people honking. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. You could get annoyed. Like I used to get annoyed when I first moved to Bangalore about the whole honking situation, but then I started listening to it. Like once you listen to something so much, you start appreciating the nuances in it, right? So I started seeing music in honking, and it's really no more annoying. Not that I participate, I'm not saying I participate in it, but then it's just fun how there's music to it, right? So there would be like a wave of people honking. You would have somebody from the back just starting to honk, and then someone right next to me would honk, and someone in front of me would honk, someone 10 feet behind me would honk, and then there's just the whole 7.1 surround sound system. The whole Dolby Atmos surround sound system starts getting created, and it's amazing. Like literally, this is the time you should turn down the music in your car and start listening to the music outside. That's how much people are honking. No kidding. And the reason to all of this is population. Humans. Us. Like me sitting there in that traffic and me talking to you about how annoying traffic is and what problems Bangalore has, I'm also contributing to it in a way. So it's just a matter of perspective, guys. There's just nothing more to it. If life comes down to this day being the last day of my life, all I could tell you is that life is about perspective. From the outside, things look different. But when you're in it, you're being a part of it. You guys can actually go ahead and use the comments section below to let me know what you guys think of me, of my hair, of my specs, of how smart I look or how ugly I look and all that. Just use the comment section, guys. There's real estate up for grabs. Use it. Put your thoughts there. I'm gonna read them, and I may or may not reply to them, but I'm definitely gonna read them. And if you're gonna write negative things about me, I'm gonna read them, go back to bed crying. If you write positive things about me, I'm gonna make better videos for you. I'm gonna be motivated as shit and make better videos for you. So I'm not asking you to write positive comments, write whatever comes to your head, but put your thoughts in words down below.